Act 1. The fire now brought him, Dr. Black, into the literal heavens. However, it wasn't just the fires that brought him there, for it was mainly Deadeyes himself. Dr. Black knew what he had to do. He had to kill the so-called God, for if the God was killed, both heaven and hell would literally collapse and be demolished. For if there is no God, there is nothing left to keep the existences around. First, before he killed God itself, he was going to avenge the one he loved, the one that was brutally killed by the angels. Hatred filled him. He did not need a weapon to kill these angels, for again, the hatred gave him power. An angel charged at Dr. Black with his sword. He dodged it, sending the angel falling onto the white floor. Black picked up the sword from the angel and plunged it into the angel's chest, obviously killing it. Black looked up and saw hundreds of angels with swords everywhere. He ran into the crowd of angels, killing each one by hand. He punched, kicked, ripped, tore, etc. Several minutes had passed. Black had killed all those angels. However, he wasn't untouched, for he had cuts and bruises all over himself. He knew he had to make his way to the God and kill it. Act 2. Deadeyes teleported himself close to hell. He had to keep the demons busy. Otherwise, if they found out about his and Black's plan, then they may try to stop Black on his rampage. Deadeyes walked into the fire of hell, and there he was, in hell itself. He looked around and saw so many demons and humans, a lot of which were being tortured by tall, devil-like creatures. The devils looked down at the black demon who walked before them, known as Deadeyes. One of the devils formed a fireball in its hand and threw it at Deadeyes. He dodged it and looked at the demon with anger. Deadeyes held out his hand in the air, and a burst of green fire surrounded his hand. After that, a black sledgehammer appeared in his hand. Deadeyes wielded the hammer and took off running at the devil that had tried to kill him. The devil was surprised at Deadeyes' speed. Before the creature knew it, it felt a hammer hit its leg with great strength. The creature fell to the ground. Deadeyes didn't waste his time. He quickly took his hammer and bashed the creature's head in. Blood splattered all over him as he did so. Deadeyes then took off on his own rampage. Act 3. Black took off down a white hallway. He didn't have to deal with really any angels on his way, as he did kill a large number of them. Then he saw it. The door. The door was the only thing keeping him from God itself. Black opened the door and entered the room. Black saw a giant brain. "This is really him? This is God?" Black said with a humorous tone. He walked up to God, took his fist and balled it up, but then he thought to himself. He thought about how this was the thing that commanded the angels to kill his wife. He thinks that because of this damned brain is the reason that caused him this pain, which he wasn't wrong, for it did. In a rage, he punched his fist into the brain, killing it. Black looked around and noticed everything around him was collapsing. Act 4. Black was brought to a black void, and he was greeted by Deadeyes. "Good job. They are no more. Satan and God, I mean." "Oh? I don't know what to say." "You don't have to say anything. In fact, I'm going to start building the underworld from the ruins of heaven. Can I come with you and help?" "But what is the underworld first?" "Of course you can. And what is the underworld, you ask? Well, it's a safe spot for demons, spirits, and the dead. Pretty much for entities like us."